Welcome back
Welcome
to the Walk Alongside podcast and YouTube channel.
With me, Christine.
And Beth. Yeah, we introduced ourselves this time.
Yeah,
Amazing.
we did this well.
Love
So
that.
we are on episode 2, and today we are going to be walking through a little bit of language around somatic around semantics, pardon me.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you some questions about energy leaks versus energy
So
blocks.
I should be facing you. What's this? What's happening? Don't judge.
Oh, you're wearing. Oh no, you're
Pink
not wearing
socks. I did a pink on pink on pink on pink today.
Okay.
Just for you.
My next question is: did you wear those initially as white?
Like, were they
What I'm-
initially?
Yeah,
white?
that's what I'm asking you.
The socks?
Yeah.
Is that an insult?
No. It's a laundry question.
No, they
Is
were
that-
pink. I
I've
purchased
never
them
seen
pink. I
them.
also have them in purple.
Fun. Where'd you get them?
Winners. Winners.
Winners.
You always win on winners. Anyway, okay, so ask me all of the questions.
Well, actually, let's walk through that. We're working on right now building the curriculum for our next integrated immersion.
Yes.
Reclaiming your
Self-power.
Self-power.
Yeah.
And so when we look at self-energy is our ability to stay in our power
Yeah.
while we walk through relationships.
Like
We walk through relationships, we walk through emotions,
Yeah.
and we can make choice.
Yes.
Okay, so those are those 3 things in the external world that we're going to go, bing, am I in self-power or not? Okay, in the external world. In the internal world, this looks really different, right? So we measure it based on a sensation, and that felt sensation, felt sense. Okay, so all that to say, I kind of hit a roadblock going, how do I describe energy leaks versus energy blocks? And even referencing, and I was using it through the lens of, I want to really be clear about those 8 C's. So maybe you can walk through those 8 C's, and then when we get blown out of our power, be it we've lost power, we've given our power away, right? Or we're not standing in our power.
Also, this would be really great material for us to send to the people as like an intro
What's the
who
intro?
are attending the immersion.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Work smarter, baby.
Yes.
Just your pre-work. For those of you who will be joining us on March 21st at our integrated immersion. / if you're joining us in San Diego.
Right.
In February. End of
Which
February.
is February 24th? 25th? 26th.
Listen, only the Lord
27th.
knows. Okay,
28th.
Google Calendar knows. The Lord knows. I don't
And
know.
you know what? Typically dates were really important to me because then that's, a timeline.
Dates don't mean jack. What's happening today?
Today.
Yes. What's happening
Focus.
this hour?
Being present in the present.
Next hour, we're getting this figured out. So that's what I know what's happening today.
Okay.
Okay, so first thing was differentiation between energetic leaks and blocks.
Yeah, let's start there, and
Okay.
then we want to reference the 8 C's.
Yeah.
Okay.
So energetic leaks and energetic blocks, from what I've learned from my mentor, and then obviously through the integration of said work, an energetic leak can be something as simple as, you know that email that now you're getting notifications of, like, follow up 3 days ago? Or you know that closet that you keep shoving more and more stuff in and then you close it really quick? That's an energetic leak that at the back of your mind, it's like open tabs. If you've got a touch of autism or a sprinkle of ADHD like a girl,
Okay.
energetic leaks are dangerous for us because we already have 1,000 tabs that are open in our brain. So energetic leaks, such as like that task that you keep avoiding or you keep procrastinating, right? Energetic leaks can also be found in relationships.
Okay.
An energetic leak in a relationship is that one time she said this one thing that really pissed me off and I bit my lip and I didn't say anything, and now every time I have a conversation with her, it's leaking. It's there. It's
Okay.
present.
So are we referencing self-abandonment then?
For an
because
energetic
I
leak?
didn't say that, so it becomes
mean-
evidence. So can I just do it in the clinical world?
Yep.
It becomes evidence on this side that I self-abandon more than I trust self.
I mean, at that point, that's when I would say now it's turning into a block.
Okay.
If it's leading to impacting not only like quality of life, but it's leading to your inability to tap into your personal power, I would then say that it is a block.
Okay, so it's not necessarily like evidence on one side or the other, right? Just for again, that black and white thinking, that clinical, okay, so we're going this route or we're going this route. And when I say, I don't think I wouldn't reference it as a block. I think it's just a
Like a ruminating
thought.
1,000%.
So is that a block or is that a leak?
Ruminating thought, I would say is a leak.
Okay.
Now here's the thing. If you have multiple energetic leaks, this can be like, now you've got multiple emails that you haven't responded to. You've got like over 100 messages in your Telegram that you have not responded to. You have like program updates. You've got like, let's say 50 receipts. Like you can feel in your body already that you're like, 50 receipts. You know what I mean? Like you're already starting to get panicky thinking about all of these things. Now, if you had multiples of those, plus also don't forget that you need to fill out some paperwork for dad, plus also don't forget that you need to get new shoes, plus also don't forget you need to book that trip, pay that ticket. All of these things are leaks, right? Now, what also can be leaks is incompletion. So this might be something that is relevant
it's an
for you.
evolver.
Yeah.
For evolver, I think of
In
that
your book.
incompletions. Yeah, I think it's chapter 4.
Yes. So
Yes.
I have
it
your
4?
book somewhere over there.
Okay.
So incompletions, I would say, would mirror energetic leaks.
Okay.
In terms of relationships.
Yes.
So those tasks are also technically incompletions if you think of this. If you think of like, if you were to zoom out and think of all of those tasks that I described, technically in your mind, those are incompletions. The task has not yet been completed. It's been opened, the email was opened, you forgot to respond. You opened the closet, you shoved it back closed. You haven't yet organized it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
You started making the to-do list, but you didn't complete the to-do list. Those are leaks. Those are things that are, oh, by the way, don't forget. Oh, by the way, don't forget. Oh, by the way, don't forget. Now, if we view this in terms of relationships, it gets amplified. So incompletions within relationships, let's say you had, I'll use myself for an example. What's an incompletion in a relationship? I mean, I have several. My dating life was not something that I should talk about online. However, I've had relationships before where I was the ghostee. I wasn't necessarily ghosted, but I ghosted a lot of people in my relationship days, and that they would reach out and they're trying to have closure because I got that. Okay, let me back up. This is my dating history.
The ex?
Started dating, yes. I would start dating somebody. I'd like them, they're cute. I'd have fun with them, whatever. And then they would say something or they would behave in a certain way that I'm like, you're done, dead to me. And it was like a switch that would flip, that it was like, there's nothing you can say or do to reverse time and make me like you. It's done. It's finished for me. However, that's not how most people operate.
No.
So other said person would be like, why aren't you texting me back? Or like, hey, like we had plans, like where are you, right? And so for me, at the time, what I didn't realize that I was doing is I was actually setting myself up, and also other people, with a lot of incompletions. Meaning, I should probably message that person, and this has happened for years, that I'm like, shoot, like that one, there was one that I felt really bad for, and he was actually very kind, very sweet, and I dated him when I came back from, this is really exposing, but I dated him when I came back from college, you remember? And he owned that construction company. He was super hot. He was like covered in tattoos, very high functioning, came from a good family, really liked him. And I honestly can't even tell you what he said. But he said or did something that I was like, Oh, I think he said I love you.
Oh.
And we've been dating, seeing each other for like, maybe like 2 months.
Yeah.
And I was like, frick's
Yeah.
sakes, you idiot. You wrecked it. Like,
Okay, but
and
you
so that
didn't
was my
say
headspace.
that.
No, obviously, no, I didn't say
Yeah.
that. I just
Yeah, that's
stopped.
the problem.
That's the problem.
Okay.
So
So-
amongst those years, I've been like, I really should have reached out to him, or he'll come into my mind and I'm like, I should probably reach out to him and be like, how treacherous of me. Because like he did support me a lot and like
Okay.
was very kind to
Okay.
me, was very generous.
So the whole idea of the leak is
The
there
thought
was
is
no-
there. There's
But
no,
there was no closure
No
on
closure.
as far as relationships. Now, energetic leaks, my understanding was it was the relationships where we are pouring into them,
yeah,
and it's not a reciprocated relationship,
100%.
and we're getting maybe it's a secondary gain that we're receiving.
I know exactly what relationship of mine you're referring to.
Maybe there's a secondary gain.
Yes.
So, but it's just an ongoing. You're pulling.
Pouring.
Yeah,
pouring.
Yeah. It's,
And
well,
it's like-
sometimes it feels like somebody's pulling it out of you,
I mean,
right? Because
yeah.
now it's no longer a space of I'm giving.
I'm like,
freely.
I'm quenched. I have nothing else.
And you're no longer giving from capacity. You're just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Hence, yeah. So that would be an energetic leak.
1000%.
Under the umbrella of relationship.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, where it turns into a block
Okay. Tell me
is that it's been leaking. Now I'm exhausted.
Okay. Okay. So
now
it
it's
is-
a block that I can't access. So like an example of this could be like, okay, like I've got a get shit done day. I love my GSD days. Those are days that I block off that it's like you're literally getting shit done today. You know what I mean?
I've
Like,
never
I'm talking
referenced
tasks.
Yes, I was like the acronym because I love
GSD.
acronyms. Never heard that referenced. Love
Well,
that.
I just blessed you with that. You're most
I'm
welcome.
Blessed and highly favored. Okay.
It's GSD. It's a GSD.
Okay.
You like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, get shit done day.
Okay.
Or a GSDD. GS double D.
Oh, what's a double D? Done.
Well,
Done.
it depends what reference you're referring
Right,
to.
okay. So, this is not. Okay. Anyways, I know that reference.
Bless the road.
Well, I know
What's
what
a double D?
I know in that context. In this context, what does that mean?
Done day.
I'm a done
GS, get ish.
day.
Double D, done day.
Done day.
Done day.
Okay.
I'm glad that we took up 3 minutes of your time to explain that acronym.
Okay.
But yes. So,
I'm stepping in. Okay.
jumping back on that train. Where were we? Oh yes.
Okay.
Energetic block.
I was like, I think that's what energetic block is. It's so much that we just shut it down.
That could not have been more authentic.
Yeah.
To me as a human.
Just dumb.
Just like, wait.
Dumbfounded. Absolutely dumbfounded.
And it's almost like a shooting star, and it's like, and it's back. Here
Okay.
it is. So,
Whew.
energetic block. So, when I have a GS double D, and I can't tap into what I need to cultivate to be able to
What
complete
I'm-
the tasks body led. Now, an energetic block, you can will your way through an energetic block.
Help me with this one.
I will.
Okay, go
So-
back to your first definition. I can't will myself.
Through an energetic block, hell yeah, you can. Most people are living in it.
Okay, so why did you say I can't?
Okay, so I can't will myself through body led.
Well, that's you're no longer in self energy.
Exactly. Case meets point. So I have an energetic block that I now am not able to access the core desired state of ease and flow because I have to will myself into it because I've got so much leaking. It's okay, another example of this is
Okay, no, was that the energetic block or the energetic leak you just referenced?
yeah, so if there's
Because
enough
there's
leaking,
so much leaking,
it
now
turns
I've hit
into a block.
Now, is it reference? Okay, so again, I go to the cognitive distortion. Is it
Okay.
because I've now sat in I'm overestimating what's in front of me and underestimating my capacity, or is it, right? Because that's a cognitive distortion.
Yes.
I'm mixing clinical with somatic, and I know that, but at the same time, I'm trying to make reference for the logical linear.
100%. I respect it.
Clinical. Tell me more.
Is it a cognitive distortion? Do you think that functional freeze is a cognitive distortion?
No, I think, like, are we talking chronic
like
fatigue?
adrenal fatigue.
Yeah, no, I
is
do
that
not. I think
there's
that
your
is,
answer.
but that's a physical.
Mm-hmm. Energetic leaks eventually will turn into an energetic block.
Which is a physical.
Physical.
Okay, so that's the difference. That's what I'm saying. So when it's not necessarily ease and flow that we're going to be measuring, leak versus block. It's not using a reference point of ease and flow.
I would not be able to access ease and flow if I've got a ton of blocks. There's no way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But with leaks, you still can.
Leaks, you still can.
That's what, like, you can still stay in that self power.
Yeah, I mean, using the art of compartmentalization.
Which I am a brilliant compartmentalizer.
The spokesperson.
Yes, I wrap it up in pretty bows.
Give her a crown. Oh.
I know.
Is that why you asked?
I know.
I did.
I was like, can we wear the bows today?
For that? That's amazing.
That'll be our catch line.
Anyways,
okay.
Yeah, well, that was great.
No, that organically happened. Okay. Yes, and I really liked it through the lens of relationship you gave, energetic leaks. You gave it through the lens of tasks.
Yeah.
So I think that would be under the umbrella of choice, right? Because we can't choose our way through a block, but you can choose, right? It's just choice of ruminating.
Oh, the more you ruminate, the more you leak, and the more you leak, the more likely you are to block. And once you're blocked, baby, that looks very freaking different.
Okay. Is it reference emotion or felt sense?
Okay, so
is there any way that I can go, ooh, I feel this,
yeah,
and this, I can name an emotion that is connected to an energetic leak? Go for
100%.
Use that language.
Okay,
baby.
so I would say, in terms of the relationship that we're referring to, that is an energetic leak, because when in conversation with said person, I go into a sympathetic activation every freaking time. There's not a single time that I don't have a charge in my system when I'm talking to this person.
Yes.
Now think of this logically. Zoom out of the relationship. If you consistently have this, what's going to happen? Eventually, you come down.
Okay, when you say down, we're talking about a dorsal.
A dorsal.
Yeah, a dorsal.
So that's unhealthy parasympathetic.
I'm officially collapsing now. I'm looking for body posture. Yes.
So imagine this: if it's me and this person hanging out for a month straight, me and this person,
don't get stuck on a desert island with them.
Exactly. So imagine the recuperation time that it would take to be able to come back into my homeostasis after being around this for that long.
But see, I think that, hang on, maybe there is a state change, an arousal or a deployment every single time there is an energy leak. Is there a deployment of our sympathetic / parasympathetic? Because it wouldn't be ventral vagal.
No, it wouldn't be ventral vagal. Well, yeah, 100%.
Because it might be fight. Because it could be fawn. Fawn is a response.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So when I'm people pleasing or I'm making peace because of this energetic leak in relationship I'm talking about. Yeah, that does make sense. But go into this again. So I guess there would be this felt sense and there is an emotion attached to it.
Okay, so
it could be a secondary emotion.
Yeah.
Like resentment.
Yup.
Because
like, why am I always here for you, but you're never asking me?
Yeah. So the envy piece is primary emotion, which we bypass over and just get stuck in the secondary emotion. Okay, this makes more sense.
Okay, so now put on the lens of body brain. So remember your 3 body brains? So you have your linear logical brain,
Mm-hmm.
you have your heart, feelings, emotions brain, then you have your gut intuitive brain.
I am logical linear.
I am not.
Okay.
I am not. I would say my default is hard emotions. I make decisions based on how I feel.
No, that's gut intuitive.
Yeah, and well, no, pause. Because most of my disembodied patterns of behavior when I am dysregulated are in alignment with hard emotions. Meaning, state-changing behavior. Alcoholism, food, obsessive working out, all of those fall underneath of the disembodied patterns of behavior that show up when dysregulated.
Okay,
with
so when
hard
we reference hard emotion versus logical linear, we're not logical linear based on only the disembodied.
Well, no, you can have a mixture of all three. It's
Yes.
just my default, or like 80% of my disembodied patterns of behavior will show up in that. Yes.
Align with when I'm kicked out of, okay.
1000%. So what I would invite you to do is to put on this lens of these three different body brains, right? We have our linear logical, we have our heart feelings, we have our gut intuitive. Now, go back to energy leaks versus energy blocks.
Yes.
If we think of energy leaks from a,
Logical linear?
yes. Do I want to use that example?
For me, I can go bing, 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 but for,
Yes,
okay, let's use
yes.
hard emotion. Let's use hard emotion because that resonates with you.
Okay, yeah. So if I think of an energy leak within like hard emotions, then when it turns into a block, I would then view it through the lens of a gut intuitive. So if you think of like gut intuitive and you think of disembodied, when you have, when you're dysregulated and you're using the lens of a gut intuitive brain, the body's whispers will soon become a shout. And what I mean by that is that the body may whisper through headaches, through migraines, through joint pain, through extended abdomen, through inconsistent cycle symptoms, through inconsistent bowel movements,
So
through psychosomatic symptoms. Yeah. Now, when it turns into so think of that as like an energy leak. Think of those. So it's very intro, it's kind of minuscule, but I mean like there's something there and you can tell that it's there and it's present.
Okay, but I can have a hang on, I think we may be misled here, but as a logical linear, I can also have manifested psychosomatic
1000%.
symptoms. That does not mean it's only for somebody who is defaults.
That's why you can have a mixture of all of the things.
Yeah, but that's one of the signs. So that's what I asked. Like, what are the physical signs that it's a leak versus a physical?
Okay,
not necessarily like the sensation.
Yes, 1000%.
And like how this is going to roll out. How do we teach people? And I mean, I know how I do, but for myself, but for others, how to understand whether you are experiencing an energy leak. And energy leaks, it's not that they're not important. You still need to address
very
them.
Important.
It's let's address
Otherwise,
it now
it's
before
going
we
to
turn
turn
into a block.
1000%.
Because the block is cancer. The block is autoimmune. The block is
Hashimoto's.
Yes.
Lupus. IBS. Those are blocks. Cardiovascular disease. Crohn's. Graves. All of those things are, so this is what I'm painting the picture as. So you have an energy leak, you have a body whisper. You ignore the energy leak. You ignore the body whisper.
The body whisper being, again, maybe headache, maybe tightness in...
Maybe tightness in your shoulders. Maybe inconsistent cycle symptoms. Okay. Maybe you get bloated when you're stressy. Maybe you get inflammation. Inflammation would be a perfect one. Yeah. Okay, so that, I would say energy leaks are on the same level as like body whispers. Now, when we ignore those leaks or when we ignore those whispers, inevitably it will turn into a shout. It will turn into a block.
Yes.
So this is where it gets kind of effy because a lot of people are walking around with all these blocks and they're stuck in functional freeze, and then they go to their doctor and their doctor's like, well, you have adrenal fatigue, or like, I mean, I don't even know the likelihood that they diagnose people with adrenal fatigue anymore. You would know this more than I would.
Yeah, and It depends.
Isn't it like precursor, like you have anxiety, you have depression?
Yes.
And they're not doing deeper diving to be like, let's look at your adrenals.
No.
Exactly.
You actually have to beg right now in this province for diagnostic testing.
Oh, it pisses me off.
So, unfortunately, there are other provinces that are 100%. And if you're looking for an actual diagnosis, cross the border. I hate to say this, but cross the damn border. Because
pay for it out of pocket. At least you'll get your results.
Yeah. They do the
or go privatize.
Yeah.
Go find a naturopath.
That's what it was. And
really?
That's where we find
not to poop on all doctors, because I have a handful of doctors that I'm like, you're good.
Yes,
you're freaking awesome.
For myself, I have a beautiful.
You have a great doctor.
We share
a
clinic.
Doctor.
Our physicians work.
Is yours at my clinic?
Yes, absolutely.
Since when?
Of course.
Like since they came together?
Yeah.
Oh,
from conception.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Because they're all the same. And
because they all have the same.
Yes.
Love that.
Yeah. That was I say a lot without saying it. I love it.
You're probably watching this being like, what the frick are they saying? Do you know what they're saying?
It's all coded.
It's
all
coded.
like coded.
Yeah,
and coding is not to make you feel excluded.
No.
Coding is a language
just get lost in the language.
I kid you not.
You either hop on the train or you don't. If you watch us enough and listen to us enough, you'll understand.
You'll follow along.
You'll begin to understand.
Or reach out and ask questions.
Exactly.
Okay,
so energetic leaks turning into energetic blocks.
Mm-hmm.
Energetic leaks. Yeah, so that's like the physical, what I would say. So we talked about relationships, we talked about the physical, we talked about task-oriented. Now, how does this impact overall your quality of life, and like what can you do if you're starting to experience things, if you know that you're experiencing some of these things, and like how to pick the easiest task and frickin' do it.
Oh yeah,
Period.
Again, I think we look at that as far as capacity.
Listen. I'm with you, but you know what's contributing to your lack of capacity?
That.
Your energetic leaks.
I know.
So clean it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's so huge.
Okay, hang on. And she says that, and then at the same time I say, remember that one relationship?
Yes.
And so that relationship.
That is my one thing in life.
Yes.
That is my one thing. I think everybody has one thing in their life that they're like, I won't budge on that one.
Yeah, I can't eradicate it, and we don't want to.
I 1,000% could. Well, here's the thing: have I reassessed or reevaluated access? Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's what I was just going to say. It's called BOUNDARIES.
Yes, boundaries.
Put them in. And remember, I just had a connection with a client, and I kept explaining, no. So boundaries are fluid. So they are actually changed. They ebb and flow.
No,
and the boundary is about access to you, right?
We could do a whole podcast episode on boundaries.
We will have to do that.
But lack of boundaries, huge energetic leak.
And every single relationship that is healthy must have boundaries. Must.
You have to.
Must, because then I don't respect. I'm not showing respect and upholding somebody's dignity if I'm not upholding their boundaries. So you gotta know your people. Anyways, moving on. Yes, and so if you do have relationships, it's almost, I love the language you said, audit
and refine. Audit and refine.
Yes, and refine. And I guess it's more with, we go back to those 8 C's, which I want to close with.
Yeah.
When we have clarity, that's why we audit those relationships. That's why we audit those energy leaks.
And you do it from a calm state.
Yes, but go through the 8 C's, right?
Yes.
Staying curious first, maybe even.
Yeah.
Wonder what is happening. When I'm in self-power.
This is a hard one for me, brother, because there's a lot.
Curiosity for me, and we'll talk about this, but curiosity for me, I actually have to deploy. It's not as...
You're great at it.
It's not
You're so good at it.
But I think that comes from years of being in the seat. When I'm in this seat, I'm fine. When I'm looking in a mirror, absolutely not. I am judgy Judy till the cows come home.
To yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. You're able to deploy curiosity for other people, and yet for yourself, you're like, no. It's
No, it's
black
our
and
back.
white.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel as though we balance each other out really well for that. And actually, I was gonna reach out to you, and I was gonna say like, hey, I hope you don't feel like you're responsible for like being a thermostat for me, because I know that there are times she's dead to me. No, I've got this is okay. So this reminds me. Wait, I'm having a come to
Are we
Jesus
talking
moment.
about an energetic leak?
Yes, because here's the thing. Do me dirty once, I have grace and compassion. Do me dirty twice, you're teaching me. Do me dirty 3 times, I'm the fool. That is my, I'm like, this is like very exposing for me to admit. That is my huge boundary. Now, here's the thing, wait for it. Do her duty. No, what? Okay. Do her dirty, you're dead to me. There's no coming back. And this is a fault of my own. Call it a parentified child. Call it whatever you want to call it. But truthfully, I'm like, do her dirty once and you're dead to me. It's off with your head. Energetically, their name gets brought up. And you know this.
I know this.
And I don't say this from an egocentric way. I say it in a way of like, our relationship and the amount of shit that I've put you through in my lifetime. Now, there's a sense of overcompensating that if somebody even looks at you in the wrong way, something happens in me that I'm like, finished.
Yeah.
You're dead to me.
And I think there's a
I need the Italian
protective.
hand.
I know. I think there's a
You're dead
protective
to
part
me.
there.
Don't freak around or else you're going to find out when it comes with Christine. But it's because I also have seen you in your lifetime and so many people take and give you a smack across the face and you're like, thanks, I'll be back next Tuesday. And it's like, stop it. Like there's so many people who have done that to you, both personal and professional.
Yes.
That I know that I have a little bit of influence in your life, a little bit of influence. So when you bring up certain people, I'm like, I don't want to hear about them. Huge energetic leak. I'm like, no, I'm gonna, do you remember that? Oh, there's a tape that you can go like, it's like there's a hole in the fish tank and it's like spilling out all this water and this guy has this tape and he slaps it on the hole and the water stops.
Gosh, I don't know.
You know that infomercial?
No.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so there's this huge tank.
When did you have cable TV?
I'm sure I watched it at a friend's house. I've never had cable in my life.
We did not.
But there's this info. I actually have seen like a rerun on Instagram because people reference this a lot and it's hilarious. Okay. So it's this guy, it's like an older gentleman, and he has this tank of water, and all this water is pouring out. And
like a fish tank.
Yeah. There's no fish in it. Keep in mind. It's for demonstration purposes only. But he has this like tape, like a duct tape almost. Now, I don't know if he's advertising it for plumbers or like what's the goal here, but he's like, have an emergency thing that you need to tape up. Now, millennials are using this and being like, can I have that tape for my stress? You know, like they're making a funny out of it. Because you slap it on the thing and then no more water comes out. Okay. So my energetic boundary of like fork around and find out of like, you hurt my people, right? You're dead to me. You're not coming back from it. It's over for you.
There is this Italian hint.
I know, there is an Italian hint.
I can hear it.
I need to have my hand
Who's
past
speaking?
it.
Yeah.
But it's like, it is a legitimate thing. And but here's the thing. I don't feel disembodied when I say it. I feel very much in my power. And not like an egocentric, gross, icky, mean girl power. It's like,
it's not a power
it is
over.
such a boundary.
Yeah, it's not a power
such a
over.
boundary.
Yeah, I think it's a, interesting. And just reference quickly here, I did have a connection this morning and it was somebody with someone in my demographic chronologically.
Okay.
And we referenced, and I was supporting her through, we referenced it's different now for you to say no than it was for us.
Well, yeah, because you guys were catching hands and now that's illegal.
Yeah. Well, okay. I mean, yes, and
am I right?
There was a ruler.
You can't be throwing hands at your children
It's called a yardstick.
Yeah, that's illegal.
Yeah, I know. And then there's belts that we actually had, and it was both in public, private, and like school systems and in your home.
Let's just call a spade a spade. Y'all were abused by authority.
So there was no questioning. So I think curiosity, this is where we went. I don't know how this curiosity
That train took off.
down there. So come on back. Let's roll it back in. Literally, curiosity was not cultivated, nor was it familiar,
nor was it
permitted. Yes, there was no permission slip to even activate.
What's that thing?
So I think now,
don't talk back. You know that?
This is not an episode about abuse prevention. Moving on. So
this is for entertainment purposes only.
The 8 C's, curiosity.
Okay, so we said calm.
Calm.
So curiosity.
Yes.
Calm. And then
when we're doing our audit.
Yes, when we're doing our audit of our energetic leaks. Can you stay curious?
Calm.
Can you remain calm? I would say that is number 1. Remain calm.
Yes.
When doing your audit, because if you do it from a heightened state, it will cloud your judgment.
Yes.
So chill out, take a beat, and take a breath.
Another C. But I think it leads to that clarity.
Yes.
Right? And to be totally fair.
I feel like in order to have clarity, you have to be calm.
I would invite.
Fight me on that.
Yes.
Oh, that was a little feisty.
Yes.
That was a little feisty.
Okay, I'm not going to
fight me on that.
But I do want to reference as well, when we're in audit mode, I invite people into that connection, because you creatively see people around me, and you also in my connectedness will be able to see what I don't see.
100%. It's your blind spots.
So yes. So please
but only allow for people to help you audit who have your best interest.
Well, you don't. Yes, and
yes, like you need to trust that person who's helping you audit your circle.
And then ultimately, it is going to be your decision. So I would very much call in like a spiritual moment that I'm going to spend time, praying over this. So it's not just giving it that control to somebody else to do that audit.
Likewise, I have people. Christine Fonseca. Freaking adore her. She came up with the verbiage. I think I brought it up actually in the other podcast about thought partner. Do you remember?
Yes.
Thought partner. So it's like calling in your trusted thought partners.
Okay. But yes. And
hopefully they're not one of your energetic leaks.
Well, they shouldn't.
They shouldn't be.
Because then we're in real trouble. Then there's a whole bunch of things that'll happen from that.
Yes. Anyway, I love that you brought in other C's. So creative, connectedness. Now, all of that to say, then you will find confidence in your decision making.
And that leads us to 8 C's.
That leads us to 8 C's, baby.
So when we go through that self-power, integrated immersion, reclaiming. So self-power never ever, like self-energy never left you. It was literally the parts.
So this is interesting, actually.
Okay, go ahead.
So when you're born, you come into this earth in full self-energy. You are whole and you are holy. This is how Andy Love describes it.
Can I just reference this? This comes to mind. I believe that we are the closest semblance to who we were created to be.
Well, yeah, you're perfect.
Because we have no imprints.
Yeah. And think of it, you don't have any scars on your skin.
Yeah,
like you're perfect.
The most divine we will ever be until we return
we return back.
Yes. Okay, go ahead.
So, you come to this earth, you're whole, you're holy. Right? Without fault. Without blame. Without stories. Without stackables.
Yeah.
Without hypervigilant parts. And Dan, through life experiences, these parts, so internal family systems, the language that they say is, what is the age at which this part was birthed? Now, my opinion on this, so like what is the age at which the part of people pleaser was birthed? if I'm doing a session with you and I follow those guidelines, right? And you may have a 6-year-old version that shows up for you and you're like, yeah, that's my first memory accessible to my conscious mind in this moment that I can recall. I demonstrated people-pleasing behaviors, right? My perspective on this, which I would love your insight on this, my perspective is we were born whole, holy. We had all of these parts. God wouldn't have sent us without our protectors. This is my opinion. We had all of these parts, however, they were dormant. They weren't necessarily birthed. They went from being dormant to being
coming in play to be a
hypervigilant.
Okay, no, but they're not hypervigilant the first time they're introduced.
I know. But it's like they're aroused. It's like I'm awoken. And it's almost like you go from like this dormant, so like picture this.
Okay.
Picture a bear that's hibernating. This is how I describe this example. So a bear is hibernating.
Okay. I'm trying. Okay, go ahead.
So a bear is hibernating. They first wake up and they're like, ugh. You know what I mean? They're kind of out of it. They're kind of oozy woozy. It might take them a couple days to get into the flow of like, we're alive, we're thriving. I gotta eat, I gotta drink, I gotta do the things, wake up my body. I'm sure they have some atrophy that's happening, muscular atrophy that's happening, and all of these things, right? So it takes them some time. So in the same way, when we are born wholly whole, we have these parts. They are dormant. Through lived experiences, time after time after time, it goes, ooh, I'm going to try this people-pleasing behavior and see what happens. Work around and find out. Not really the result that I was looking for. Let me try again. Now I did get the result. Now there's connection. Let me try again. Now I am getting the result. I'm getting connection, and they're not pooping on me.
Okay, so hang on. When you say connection, I go to a different space. Now there's a neural pathway.
1000%.
I now have a pathway that says I will be successful.
Yes, if you
get this. Yeah, and be careful with connection because it's actually not connection.
Well, it's not authentic. Exactly.
Use the word language of attachment versus connection.
It's not authentic connection. Yes. It would be like
attachment.
A false.
No, it's attachment.
I know, but I feel like majority of people would designate it as connection, but it's not actually authentic connection.
No, because it's your representative of self, which is my part, my protective part. I always use this hand.
So it's like then I'm in relationship with your people pleaser. I'm not in relationship with you.
Absolutely.
Exactly. But so are you getting my bear?
Yes, and
I take some time, and then all of a sudden the bear's like, I'm ready, and he's hypervigilant and ready to freaking roll. Okay. Same way as your people pleaser.
And we have to have reference, like again, through our childhood, it's those parts actually did protect us. They did serve us. So that's why they were, when you say birthed, or say they came out of their sleepy hibernation. Yeah. They were dormant and then...
But they didn't come out of nowhere. We were created with them.
Oh, for sure.
Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. When we say like you're born whole, holy, whole is all of my parts were present with me. They just didn't have to deploy.
You wouldn't know what to do.
Exactly.
So at 2 months, when your predictable mom, caregiver, primary caregiver was meeting you for 2 months and then 2 months plus a day, she didn't... meet my needs. Yeah. What shifted? That part came out. That part that says suppress your needs. Now don't cry so hard.
Now circle back to energetic leaks.
Okay.
So if an energetic leak of yours is that you're really working on not.
That's a double negative. What are we not?
Okay. You're really working on not having your people pleaser be so hypervigilant.
So we're working on supporting actually self.
Yes.
So that people pleaser can step to the side.
Yes, not to eradicate the people pleasing, not to exile the people pleasing. However, I'm intentional to take a beat.
Okay.
Allow for self energy to be deployed and allow for people pleaser to chill. Now, if consistently that people pleaser, bang, 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 and I I'm going home being like, frick sakes, I did it again. Frick sakes, I did it again. Frick sakes, I keep just blah, 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 blah. Or caretaking. Caretaking could be another really beautiful example. I'm deploying energy, taking care of people, putting their needs before my own, and it's now affecting my quality of life. I continue to do, leak, dorsal shutdown, energetic block. Now not only do I have resentment for said person, now I'm so exhausted.
Okay, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great example.
Wow.
Does it make sense?
Lead to an energetic block. An energetic block will lead to a shutdown with, it's almost like, I love this, the rock and the ripple.
The ripple in the
wave.
wave.
What is the rock? The ripple. But the ripple, people can see the ripples, they're so pretty, but where are you? At which ripple? The first one or the 100th one or the 1,000,000th one? Because the initial rock was birthed at 2 months. That part. And when I say birth,
are you talking stackables?
Yes, and
lived experiences?
Yes, and. But
Parts
it's people are like, well, I'm in chronic stress. Well, if you think your work
was
didn't
the
start
only thing last week.
Yes, exactly.
You're not in chronic stress because of one conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You're in chronic stress because you ignored 1,000 whispers from your body.
But that's the energetic leak. What started it? What started that? And then this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and this.
Yeah.
So to move out of an energetic block, right?
Get the tape.
It's so interesting because again, we want to close this off sometime.
Yes, we do. I need a snack.
So 2 years is the prime time looking at.
Do you know prime times were a type of cigar when I was in high school? I used
The
to get somebody to
ideal
buy them
time
for me
frame.
illegally.
2 years is the ideal time frame to shift and really see notable progress on, if we're working on a disembodied pattern of behavior.
Wait, try again. You lost me.
So 2 years.
Yeah.
We look at 2
From
years
0
for
to 2 years of age.
No. 2 years for healing. The time frame. Because we're referencing chronic fatigue. Yeah, for chronic fatigue. But it's interesting because
however, there's a
2 years,
culprit with that. It's 2 years, but your stress has to remain at 2 or below.
Oh, no.
Which doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. So when we look at 2 years in the diagnostic, we're looking at that 2 year to heal chronic fatigue. It's hilarious. I'm like, no, that's totally dependent on how many years you've been on this earth and how much
do you have
for stackables.
I also would say you could collapse that time with what level of support.
100%.
What tools are you using? Because
Absolutely.
when we think of our secondary education for our level 2 for somatic practitioner education, now we have all these freaking bells and whistles in our Mary Poppins suitcase that you can use in addition to therapy to help support your body. Again, bringing more coherence between brain and body. We had this conversation last night in our live. More coherence between brain and body. And it's almost like you're not relying solely on the tools, because if you are, you're bypassing the experience. But if you use the tools in combination with actual mental health support, actual emotional health support, therapy, somatic practices, blah, 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 blah. You're using all of that together. In my opinion, you're collapsing the time.
Yeah, you absolutely can. But,
phenomenal.
It's very, very interesting that we look at those. So thank you. What's happening?
Your bow went upside down. Fixed it.
Where's the other bows?
They're underneath. I thought you did it intentionally. I liked having them all out, but
I know.
I thought it was a certain look.
It's because we were switching sweaters before. Neither here nor there. Okay.
The sweater matched my pants better. So.
And you know what? To be totally fair, look at my socks.
What? You have bows on your...
I have bows on my socks.
Bows on the socks?
Yes, it was good times. Okay,
that's
great. It. Energetic leaks, energetic blocks, self-power, and how those energetic leaks and
Energetic blocks can affect your mental health, your emotional health, your
physical health,
your spiritual health.
Okay, so
think of this. Okay, we talked about social. Now think of this on a spiritual level before we wrap this up, because this is where the juice is, right? So I'm like, I had to wipe my lip because I got so excited so quickly.
Were you speaking?
I started drooling.
Oh.
That was exposing, but it's whatever. Okay, so think of this from a spiritual perspective. You think of like an energetic leak from a spiritual perspective. One person, okay, this is my energetic leak. A couple years ago, I was sitting with two of my family members that I'm obsessed with. I love them so much. And they started questioning me on things involving
your faith,
the Bible.
Oh,
They're like, what the hell? What do you mean he was 900 years old? You sound so ridiculous. Blah, blah, blah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Hurt me so bad. Mm-hmm. And for a snippet of a second,
you almost went, you're dead to me.
Well, I did have a very fierce conversation with them and said, like, I almost said you're dead to me.
But that was after.
That was not. So anyway, for a snippet of a second, in that moment, I was like, oh God, am I so foolish that I actually do believe that years and years and years and years ago, people lived to be 900 years old? Am I the foolish one that I believe in that?
Okay.
You know what I mean? And like, oh God, do I not know my Bible well enough? Did I say that incorrectly?
So is that a leak or a block?
Leak. Now picture this. Fast forward. Somebody mentioned something about like Bible debunked. And they are like putting all this stuff in like, yeah, you said this and actually it was this. Again, another moment that I'm like, oh goodness, like I believe that to be true. Like, is that not true? And then I lose a family member to a sickness. Mm-hmm. And then my bestie gets into a car accident and gets killed because they got hit by a drunk driver. And so all of these things start happening and I'm like, God, where are you? Like, what the hell? Why are these things continuing to happen? Leak, 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 leak. Until it turns into a spot where a lot of people I find themselves that have church hurt find themselves in this position where they're then like, I know that's why I air quoted it, where they're then like, I don't even know where to begin. Like, I don't even know how to pray because I wouldn't even know. That's a block. That there is now a block because there's so much energetic leaks in terms of a spiritual connection to God. Are you hopping on my train?
Okay, so now I see you. This is it. And it's like leaking.
Leak. Okay. And the more leaks there are, the more it goes.
It severs.
And yes. Okay. So then you're like, oh gosh, like how do I? So then bring that same attitude, that same lens that you're on right now,
I see
into
that.
your marriage. Yeah. Leak. Now I'm looking at this guy. I don't even know who the hell he is.
Yeah.
What? We're roommates.
Yeah.
Leak. Don't even recognize you. Now, the most dangerous, in my opinion, outside of spiritual, I feel like that would be the most dangerous. But the second most dangerous is I look in the mirror and I don't know who I am. Because energetic leak, self-abandonment.
Yes.
And I look in the mirror and I go, don't even recognize her. I have no idea who she is. Mm-hmm. Leaks turn into blocks. Mm-hmm. Clean up your leaks.
Clean up your leaks.
Okay,
well, we are going to cheers that. That was a really great way to end. All right.
I'm fine. Energetic leaks.
Energetic leaks and energetic blocks.
Episode 2. So just a reminder, this is for entertainment purposes only. If you are in need of help and support,
yes,
reach out to a licensed mental health therapist. Not TikTok.
Yes.
Not the Instagram.
Yes.
Reach out to not AI.
Yes.
Not AI. AI is not your therapist.
Yeah.
That was very intense.
Yeah.
Reach out to an actual human being for support.
Yeah.
Shameless plug, walk alongside counseling and coaching. Good night.